Hello friends, welcome to TeresaLouise IQuilt2, but today I'm going to get crafty with fabric and notebooks. So let me get myself together here. And yeah, it's Saturday the 27th, a little bit after 2 p.m. Kind of a just coming on for because type of a day. Thought I'd be up here and needed some company. Hey Judy. Hi MS Quilter. How are you doing? Janet. Hi Joe. Hi Nancy. Hi Geraldine. Hello Willa. Well, hi Pat. Hello Polly. Hi Lori. Hope everybody is well today. I'm doing okay. It's a little chilly, but not too bad. Oh man, it was really chilly this morning though. It got down to 26. 26. Can you believe that? Oh boy, those are dirty. Um, yeah, there was frost all over. Pretty cold. It was a little unexpected. I thought it would get down. The weather said like 38. So, of course, the Weather Channel was wrong. Surprise, surprise. And, okay, I'm going to do something here that I have never done before. And also, while I was down at our little grocery store, I was looking for balloons. And they don't have balloons, which I thought was really strange because we do have kids in our town, and you would think that we'd have some balloons, unless I just couldn't find them, right? Now, what did I want balloons for? I was going to do some like paper mache. Do you guys remember doing paper mache when you were in school, when you were kids? And you blew up a balloon and you did paper mache on it, okay? Well, we did that in class. I don't know. I was second or third, fourth grade. I can't even really remember what we made. But after it dried, then you pop the balloon and then you have this big ball of paper mache. And then I think you painted it and, made something out of it. Well, I wanted to do that. I wanted to try it with fabric. Has anybody done that with fabric? So here's what I was thinking about doing was just blowing up the balloon so they're, so big, not very big, and then gluing strips of fabric on it, then letting it dry, and then, popping the balloon, and then cutting it out to where it's um, like little dishes, right? Just little dishes to put things in. Has anybody ever done anything like that? Sounds crazy, right? Brandon's wrist, yeah. So last Saturday, he fell down and landed on his wrist wrong. He either landed on it this way or this way. I'm not really sure. And he did finally let me take him to the hospital on Monday. Men, they drive me crazy. I love them, but man, they drive me crazy when they are sick or they get hurt. They don't, they just think they're invincible, right? So, yeah, it was so puffy and swollen. Oh my God. And he was in just so much pain. He couldn't sleep or anything. So, early Monday morning, I took him to the hospital. But you know, as it turns out, it was not broken. Just a really bad sprain, the doctor said. Okay, the doctor told him, wear a brace, leave it in a splint, you know, like this. Because if it's a little above your heart, that'll help with the swelling to go down. You could put ice on there, you know, all these things. And they even sent him home with instructions. Do you think he's done any of those things? I mean, I have been like pulling out my own teeth trying to get him to do these things. He won't wear the brace because it hurts too much, so he won't do that. He doesn't think he needs to put it in the sling. He doesn't like the cold from the ice. It makes him cold. So they just don't listen. And I know he's hard of hearing. He can't hear anything anyway. And that's why I usually try to have the doctor, you know, write it out clearly for him. Otherwise, he doesn't believe me that the doctor said all these things, you know. And why wouldn't he believe me? I mean, we've been married for over 25 years, you know. I only have his best interest at heart, right? So, hi, Kathy. Okay. Lori says, I've done fine crochet thread and starch on a balloon for Easter eggs. Oh, that thread idea. That's a good idea. What if you saved all your thread, pieces of thread, and used that over the balloon with the glue? Now, ooh, would that balloon, would all that stuff like stick to that balloon and then you wouldn't be able to get the balloon out? That could be. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad it wasn't broken either. They can be very stubborn. I thought I was stubborn. So anyway, let's see. Hi, Jamie. Not with fabric. It's worth a try. Nancy says, yes, I remember that as a kid. Has anybody done that paper mache stuff with their grandkids? I think that would be an awesome project to do with kids. Well, hi, Laura. Congratulations on your husband getting his elk. That is awesome. And that was a really nice looking bull. I mean, to tell you. Yeah, that was really nice looking. So that'll be yummy in the freezer. Well, thanks for dropping by, Lisa. Okay. Teresa, you have to leave a small hole at the bottom of it. Okay. Oh, Laura, that's a good idea. She said you could use old spools of thread that you don't use anymore. I like that idea. It didn't stick to the crochet thread, Lori says. Regular thread is worth a try. Yeah, Laura, I bet he is one happy guy. Okay, now, let me think. What was this stuff called? Collage Page, Maj Page. I have some of that. It's just a, you know, like a watery glue, right? I have some of this somewhere, and it might be downstairs because I used to do a lot of crafting stuff downstairs, but I didn't want to go all the way down there. So I'm going to try tacky glue. What do you guys think? I'm going to try tacky glue with water. All right. So that's what I'm going to try. Or I could try Elmer's glue. And then what I want to do is I have these composition books. I use these a lot for my quilting stuff to make notes and stuff like that, but they're so ugly. And I thought, I would like to cover these with fabric. Now I could make like a removable book cover thing with fabric, but I don't want to do that. I just want to do like a collage over the front and back of it. Oh, wow, Jamie. That is awesome. She said her husband and son both went hunting last week and they both got their elk. That is awesome. I'm not sure we're going to go elk or deer hunting this year. For one thing, I don't know if Brandon's up to it. And they're a lot of work. And I don't think I can do it by myself. And we still have elk meat in the freezer. So, but Monday when we went to the hospital, most of our road trip is along the river. And on the opposite side of the river, there was this humongous elk bull walking along. Of course, there were cars coming and going, and there was no place to pull over because it's a really narrow byway. It's not really a highway. I would call it a scenic byway. So I only could slow down a little bit and take a look at it. But I wish I could have pulled over somewhere and got a picture of it because it was one of the biggest, beautiful bull elk that I've seen in a long time. And it must have been like a 6-7 point elk. I'm not sure. I couldn't count it. And we are in elk season. I think might be like muzzle loader or bow season. I'm not sure what. Hey, Susan. Ooh, elk meatloaf. That does sound good. Really good. Hi, Brenda. All right. So I went and picked out some fabrics. I'm trying to decide if I have 2 books. Well, actually, I have a lot more than that, but I went and got 2 new books for this project. And trying to decide if I want them to be the same or if I want them to look different. Because I want one book to be about books that I've read, books that I've purchased, and stuff like that. I know that's kind of silly, but I want one for that. So one will probably be downstairs with me. And then this one is going to be probably for quilting projects and stuff like that. I wish these pages of paper were a little heavier. But that's okay. That's all right. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with the one. So I have this fabric, which I thought would be really good. This is really cool fabric. Kind of reminds me of like the 80s or 70s, right? There's that one. And then there's this other piece. I have no idea where I got this. I think it might have been like a yard sale or something. But I thought this would be really good to cut out, right? for a collage. Or I have I have scraps of this other fabric that's really pretty, you know. I mean, I made some projects out of this, and I might want to save it for more projects. See, isn't that pretty? Hmm. Hmm. So that's a tough decision. I mean, these fabrics are like totally different, right? Yeah, Brady Bunch, exactly. That's funny, Lori. Brady Bunch. Oh, wow, Brenda, that's awesome. She said her grandson got his first deer yesterday. That is cool. You know what I'm going to do? Because this is the first time I'm doing this project, I'm not going to use the fabric I love the most. All right? I'll use the fabric that I don't love the most. How's that? All right. So I have this glue. I have some water. I have a brush. So I can go like this. I have some scissors. I even have a spray bottle with water in it. All right. Now I probably should iron this first. A partridge family bus. Yeah, exactly. I used to watch the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family and the Monkeys and what else was there? I don't want to go downstairs with the mod to get the Mod Podge. Can't I just use tacky glue? I mean, isn't Mod Podge just glue? I don't know. You had to get home in time to watch the Brady Bunch. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. And that, oh, what's her name? The oldest girl. She makes her own fabric. I think I have some of that. And she's doing the fabric that has that 70s look, just like this kind of stuff, right? What was her name? Glue and Sealer. Jan. Yeah, Jan. Thanks, Terry. And the housekeeper's name was Alice, right? His dad's name was Mike. Is that right? I know there was Peter. Ooh. I can't recall the mom's name. Greg. Peter, Greg, Jan, Marcia, and the little one was Cindy. Is that right? Greg and Peter, Bobby. 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 I think those are all right. Now, I still can't remember the mom's name. Yes, Jamie. Maureen McCormick. That's right. Carol. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and iron this. Yeah, this is some wild, crazy fabric here. Might make a nice looking purse. I was looking around for the Marine McCormick fabric, but I don't see it. I might have given it away. No, it's not over here. It might be over there. Like, oh yeah, that might be it over there in a jelly roll, I think. I think we got some of that from the Sew Sampler box. Willa is chewing on her bone. You guys can probably hear it. I'm not going to use any starch on this. I could just cut out a whole piece, but I'm going to try it this way. I hope this isn't too slick. I hope this works. If it doesn't, I might have to go down and get the Mod Podge. A Blooming Bunch by Maureen McCormick. Played Marcia. Oh, Marcia, right. Okay. Marcia, Jan, and Cindy. Hi, Marley. Oh, Melissa Gilbert. Yeah, she has pretty fabric too. Oh, yeah, I used to watch that show quite a bit too, which my dad was not happy about. He hated it when all of his kids were watching Little House on the Prairie. But I don't know why, because at least we were, being quiet, right? Since there was 5 of us. Okay, so I dumped some glue in this jar. And glue and water. I'm just going to stir it up. I probably should just use regular glue to glue it down, right? We'll see. I'm just, you know, goofing around, right? Hey, Jaja. You've never heard of the Partridge Family? They weren't quite as popular as the Brady Bunch. And there were some other shows like that late at night. Yeah, I think that's going to be too thin. All right. We'll see. All right, I'm going to cut me out some flowers. Let's see. Like this big flower right here. These scissors are not very sharp because they are my paper scissors. I should grab me a different pair. Let's see. What else I got there? Hold on. I have this clear Elmer's glue too. I might try that. You have a layer cake and you can't bring yourself to cut it. Oh, sometimes that's pretty hard to do unless you really have a project that you just know that that fabric is going to be beautiful, right? To use. Oh yeah, these scissors are much better. I need to keep them away from my paper area over there. Not use them with on paper. Okay. So yeah, I guess I would do this project with fabric you don't mind cutting up like this, right? Because chances are, if you use this in a quilt, you're going to cut it up a lot smaller and you're not going to see all these designs on here, all the flowers. So did you guys go over and watch Zaza's live today. I went over there and it was her very first live. And I thought she did a great job. She was so nervous. I felt bad for her, but you know, it takes time. I think she did a great job. I loved all of her little projects, um, pin cushions, and then she um, makes takes decorative buttons and glues them onto pins. So then she has all these beautiful pins stuck in her pin cushions. Yeah, I think she did a really good job for her first time. Okay, Susan. Yeah, I think she did a great job. And I noticed that, you know, in the beginning she was really nervous, which is totally normal. But as she got going, you know, especially when she talks about things that she's really comfortable about, like her pin cushions and stuff, um, she opened right up, you know. Okay. Yeah, she did a great job. Will it sticking? I hope this dries clear. We'll see. I probably should have used that clear glue. You guys probably think I'm crazy, which is true. Yeah, it's dry and pretty clear. Okay, that's good. Oh, there it is. And I have this one too. Yeah, there's some pretty cool flowers on here. Oh, thank you, Susan. I wonder if fusible would work on this project. I don't know. Because this is like pressed cardboard, right? Could you iron that on there? I guess I could try it. Like do a test piece. Whoops. Okay. So, what are you guys working on today? Anything fun? I hear a car. Hopefully it was just somebody driving by because Brandon is taking a nap. It's such a beautiful day here today. I really should be outside doing that, winterizing. We don't have very many more nice days. Fall is like, one of my favorite times of the year because it's just so much cooler. And I love all the different colors, fall colors. Fall and spring. And yeah, I like the first part of summer when it's still not too hot. But anything over like up in the 80s gets pretty hot. And it's kind of funny because where we lived in Oregon, it was super hot in the summertime and it didn't bother me a bit. And but now that I've gotten used to this colder weather, hey Sandra, um, covering this composition notebook with glue and fabric just for the fun of it. Because I think these books are ugly, right? They're just ugly. So I'm trying this. I've never done it before. I don't think that's where I want that to go. And so far it seems to be working. I was going to use that Mod Podge, but I couldn't find it. So I am just using water and tacky glue. And it does seem to be drying up just fine. So far so good, but you never know. I should have probably looked it up. There's probably a YouTube video out there somewhere. I think I would have rather it had this. You know what I need is a pair of tweezers. I think our local fire started back up again because of pretty smoky out there. I think this is going to take time to dry too. There. I wanted that flower on top. Oh, you did? You just finished your last block for the friendship? Awesome. Yes, Sandra, she is very creative. Oh, really? Susan says, I have a purple plastic cover on a composition book for it to cover it. I think I bought it at the Dollar Tree store. Oh, so they actually make covers for them. Of course they do. Oh well, this is more fun. Okay, let's see. Better get this big flower. The cover is purple plastic. Purple plastic. Well, we go to town on Tuesday. Brandon has his 6-month CT scan. And I'm supposed to have a CT scan also. So I might go, I think our store is called Dollar General. I'll have to go there and look. I don't shop there very often. Usually by the time we drive into town, go to the doctor's office, I'm pooped. You know, and I'm going to have to do the driving. Brandon's not going to be able to drive. So, which is fine, but, you know, I do get worn out pretty easily. You've used heat and bond on paper instead of glue. So you think I could have used heat and bond on this? Maybe when I do the other book, I'll try that. Thank you, Sandra. It may lay better. It's not laying too bad right now. I should point the camera down a little bit. Oh, the fabric would make a beautiful pin cushion? Yeah, it would. I had this over in my collage fabric, so it was destined to become part of a collage anyway. Okay, I can see the air bubbles. I wonder if I should do like... Probably shouldn't get glue all over this roller, but... Oh well. As beautiful as you are making it flowers and fun. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, just having fun, you know, right? Remember as kids, we were always trying to do fun things. Seemed like when I was younger as a kid, I did a lot more arts and crafts than I do now. Of course, as you become an adult, then you get to go work, and so then you don't have as much time. Work and, you know, raising a family, lots of things to get in the way of having fun. I'm sure there's probably some people out there that would say raising a family is fun, but hi Sherry, how are you doing? Flower power, that's right. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, let's see. I think I'll put this big one on the back. Jerry, it's the machine. It's the camera. Sorry. No, it's the machine is on my right. Yeah, and it's a right-handed machine. Yeah, it's the camera view. I'm sorry about that. Not going to take long for my brush to get stiff. Your channel came across the misuse channel. I don't know what that means. My glasses are super dirty. I probably don't need to go over these with glue. I don't know. I am still, I'm going to keep building them up, meaning there's going to be multiple layers. So possibly, I don't know. I thought about covering all the black, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Okay, I'm going to put my brush in the water a little bit while I cut out these next flowers. All right, let's see. Do I have another flower I haven't used yet? Yep. Oh, no issue. My sister is a lefty. She could write upside down. Really cool because she writes secret stuff right in front of folks. That's funny. My dad was kind of like that. He was a lefty and he could write upside down. I'm kind of glad I'm not left-handed. So many things are made for right-handed people. So so far I think this is working out okay. Um, so instead of Mod Podge, I'm just using this tacky glue. I think it's Annie's. And I just added some water to it so it would thin it out more. And so far it seems to be working like Mod Podge would. So I'm really curious what's going to happen when it dries. Is it still going to be okay? Will it be too stiff? Will it just flake off? So many questions. So I wonder if you used heat and bond. I wonder if that would make it like stickers. So I thought about ordering a bunch of different pretty stickers, and doing a collage like with that. Okay. I have a all right machine, and someday I might have space and money. The issue is trying to get some sewing stuff going. Yeah, talk about dirty. Okay, Sherry. I think I have to get my glasses on to double check what you wrote there. Um, it will work with it watered down. It should have a matte finish when dry. I used Ultralight on paper for my design boards. The fabric is still stuck fast. Oh, okay. Cool. The missus will like that. Joe, how I haven't been able to be over on your channel lately for a while now. And how is your Christmas project coming along? Are you all done with that? I need to get over there and watch that. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon. Go when I get done here. Bring your channel up and get myself updated. Jerry, Nancy says, try a second-hand store. Sometimes you find sewing stuff at times in yard sales. Joe says, I have 3 blocks of 9 on the Mary Snowman quilt. The applique takes a bit of time, but love it. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the applique. And there's quite a few applique with that. So, yeah, I can see that's going to take a while. Well, I think this is fun. I think it's fun to try different things, really, you know. I know I have so much to do. Like, I could be working on my friendship quilt. Sometimes you just need a break. I wish I would have covered up these white spots with something dark, because you can see through it. But oh well, okay. I know that for the next one. All right. Cutting out another big flower, and then might switch over to some of the smaller ones. Kind of put them here and there. I got the carpet kit for my Buick. I don't know if you guys remember I had my old Buick out of the garage for a while, and during that big rainstorm, and I still need to find out where the leak is, but there's a leak in the convertible top. I think it's the back window, but I'm not sure. Anyway, my floorboards filled up with water, all on the passenger side, and I had about 4 inches of water, and I'm not sure how many days. I want to say at least 5 days that it was sitting in there with water. I got the water all sucked up, but that carpet was just so soaked. I used a carpet cleaner, to suck the water up. And I think it was the original carpet, which is a bummer, but the carpet was had bad spots in it anyway. And the other thing, after it got wet, oh my God, it smelled so bad. It smelled like dirty feet, dirty dog. It was, I don't think that smell was going to come out. Um, so I finally just said, no, I'm not going to be able to save this. So I just pulled it out, and Brandon ordered me new carpet. Let's see. Will this come up? Yeah. I want this flower partly underneath. Anyway, the new carpet came the other day, so I need to either get it put in there or just put it away until next summer. I don't know. I don't want to pull the car back out of the garage in case it rains again until I find out. I think what I need to do is reorder new window sills and all that stuff for it and redo the seals. That might be the problem. Or just go ahead and sell it the way it is, take a little less money for it, and let whoever buys it decide what they want to do, right? Because they might want to, redo the whole car. Who knows? I mean, it's in pretty good shape. 1971 Buick Skylark convertible. It's kind of on the end of the muscle car days. Plus, it's all jacked up. I put in bigger springs in the back end of it. Kind of like a lift kit, but it wasn't a lift kit. It was just bigger springs. So the car lifts up, and the tires on the back are bigger than the tires on the front. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. It would be a good project for somebody. I do love that car. I've had it since, I think, 1993. So I've had it a long time. I think my younger brother was really sad. I was talking to him about that I might sell it because if something ever happens to me, then he was the one that was going to get the car. And if I sell it, then he won't be the one that gets the car, right? So I think he was a little bummed. He didn't come right out and say it, but I could tell by the look on his face. He would like that car. Maybe I ought to just give it to him. It's looking good. What time is it? 3:19. Yeah, Polly, it was not good. That's for sure. Okay, I have some other fabric, some other flowers I can now add. What do you guys think so far? Looking pretty good. I think I'm happy with it so far. I hope I didn't get too many bubbles. Pretty, beautiful, awesome. Pretty, beautiful, awesome. Yeah, I think I definitely like the look of a decorated book better than just the plain old book. What I should have done was left out this word that said book and write books on there. I could still do that. My books. A list of my books. Hey Terry, what are you using to glue the fabric down? I'm using tacky glue. It's Annie's Original Tacky Glue, America's favorite craft glue. You can get them out at Amazon. And then I just poured a big blob of it in this jar. And then I added some water and mixed it up and kind of got it the consistency that I thought would be okay, kind of like Mod Podge. And yeah, seems to be working. And it's drying clear, so that's good. And I'm just going to keep adding flowers to this. And I don't know if I'm going to get all of the black covered up or not. That's originally what I was thinking, that I would cover up the whole book. But now that the flowers are on there in certain places, I don't mind the black in the back so much. Oh, buttons and accessories. That's a good idea. I do have a container of old buttons. Be like a scrap journal, right? The homemade journals. That's what this, I guess, is my goal. But this journal is just going to be about my books. Books that I read. Okay, I got to get up for a minute. Move around. Oh gosh, my legs are stuck. Yeah, overlap. I keep hearing helicopters. The fire is it's fairly smoky out there, not as bad as it was the other day. But I keep hearing quite a few helicopters. There's one out there now, and I think they're working harder to get the fire out. So it must be getting closer, which is not good news. They should have, in my opinion, worked harder to get it out when we had all that rain. But I'm not in charge. They didn't ask me. You know, they just like to let these fires burn until they get close to people's property and stuff. Then they'll try and do something, you know. Trying to see if it's life light or I gotta go look. Well, it's landed over by the Forest Service, so I think it's the fire copter. They had them going the other day, even at night. I heard several one night, a few nights ago. Oh, you can hear it too? Yeah, it's pretty. They There's a couple of places where they can get water here, so they lower the bucket. I made a really good soup last night. It was, I took some chicken breast and I put some seasonings on it, and then I browned it really good in, in a hot frying pan in bacon grease. Because if you don't use butter, you need to use bacon grease. And then I diced it up, put it in the crock pot, and I might have to cut that thing off right there. I don't know if that's going to bend well or not. And then a can of cream and mushroom soup, and then a can full of half and half. Put all that in there. Oh, and I sauteed onion and garlic. Put that in there. Everything in the crock pot. And then broccoli. So I chopped up some broccoli into small pieces. Threw that in the crock pot. And then just put the lid on it. I cooked it on high for a couple hours. And then I turned it down to low for, I don't know, like probably 4 hours or so. And, oh, it was so good. It was so good. Let me close that. Now that Willa moved. Sounds like it's right over the house almost. Yeah, I love soup season. Then I had a really nice bread that I picked up from the grocery store. It's pretty chewy. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like in these little square loaves, and with a really good seasoning on it. It was really good. And Brandon doesn't really care all that much for soup, but he didn't complain, so tonight he's going to get uh, chicken pot pies. Because I thought that sounded good. Chicken pot pie. Earlier today, right before I came on here live, there was a bunch of turkeys out in the yard. A mama still with her babies following behind her. I mean, they're not like babies, but you can tell that they're smaller than she is. And yeah, there was about nine of them trailing behind her as fast as they could go. Which I think is I think it's the same turkey that was in the yard a couple of weeks ago. And then there was like 11 babies, and now there's like 9. So, but it could be a different group. I mean, Not sure when turkey season is, but they're not supposed to kill the babies or the mamas. It's only the toms. So, I haven't seen any toms. I don't really care for wild turkey. It's always kind of tough. But one time, we had a wild turkey, and I baked it in the oven just like you do a regular turkey because I didn't know any better. And yeah, it was kind of tough. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do with all this turkey, you know? So then I just cubed it all up and put it in a cast iron skillet, a really deep one, you know. And I cooked it in like you're making a turkey pot pie. And I just let that simmer in that pretty much all day. And then, and I put like carrots and peas and celery. I don't know what all, but kind of like you would a chicken pot pie or a turkey pot pie. But I made, instead of it being a pie after it cooked all day, I made put dumplings, and I covered the top with dumplings, and oh my god, it turned out so good. So if I ever get another turkey, then that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cook it in the oven like you do a normal turkey, and then I'm going to cook the heck out of it in a pie. I think if you took one of those turkeys and you soaked it in a brine for, 24 hours before you cooked it regular, that would probably help make it a lot more tender. I think we have, I want to say we have fall turkey and spring turkey. So I don't think turkey season is probably until October, which is not that far away. Oh. Oh, really, Nancy? She says, we've been having helicopters fly over here at night a lot lately. I think they are coming up from Fort Campbell. Okay, Joe. Yeah, and a couple of nights ago I made elk stew, kind of like a beef stew, but with elk in it. That was really good too. Whoop. So I'm a little concerned about having this flower petal bent over like that. But we'll see what happens. Looks like it's puckering up a little bit. I might have to cut it. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have started talking about food because it made me hungry too. Okay. I need to excuse myself for just a minute as my back teeth are floating. What do you guys want to work on tomorrow? I haven't worked on that horse for a while. Shall we work on the horse or the friendship quilt? Or both? We could work on the friendship quilt for an hour, and then I could move over to the horse and work on it for the rest of the hour, for another hour. Susan votes friendship. Okay. It's one vote for friendship. I'm not sure if I want this big red flower right here on there or not. Think I will. Let's see. Cut some of these small ones out here with some of the leaves. Yeah. I think that would look good. Nancy says friendship. Oh, and Jamie says friendship. Okay. That's 3 for the friendship. I'm going to, maybe this afternoon when I get done here, I should try and see, oh, Linda says friendship. Brenda says, just love your pattern. Thank you, Brenda. Oh, Geraldine says, oh, I missed a bunch. Brenda says, just working on the Longarm all day tomorrow. Get retreat quilted, but I have to go visit M and L in the hospital. Well, I hope they are okay. Brenda says friendship. Linda says friendship. Okay, friendship it is. That's what we'll work on tomorrow. Anyway, what I was going to say, see if I can get my Zoom working. For a couple of different reasons. For one thing, Zoom doesn't show the camera backwards. And for another, if I can get Zoom working, I can have some friends come on and sew with me. And I think that would be fun. I'm using the wrong scissors again. Oh, I wish it wasn't so smoky out. Did you guys see Leanna's friendship quilt that she started the other day using patriotic fabric? So after seeing that, yeah, I definitely want to do one in patriotic fabric. It looked very cool. Okay, so I think I will. This is almost like doing a collage, really. Only, you know, a little more free collage. Just move it around until you find a spot where you like it. I think I'm going to cut off that leaf. I hate to do it, but yeah, had to do it. Just so it would fit there better. Okay. Now I could move this leaf around wherever I want. Like I could put it right here. Yeah, I think right there would be all right. Let's do it. I think that would be fine. Hi, Katie. How's it going? Oh, mother-in-law. I think that's what I thought you meant. So it's okay. Hope she's doing all right. Okay, I think do I want to put more glue in here yet? Oh, I hear the helicopter again. I don't know if it's more than one helicopter, just one helicopter. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I hope that fire isn't getting closer to town. I'd hate to have to bug out. I guess I had to drive down to the Forest Service and see what the heck is going on. All right. I think I need to go down and get my inhaler. That smoke is getting worse. I should have brought the darn thing up here with me. Let me look. Let me look and see if I have one up here. I know I used to have one up here, but I don't see it. Got it. I think it gets must get smoky upstairs or something. Seeping through the windows or I don't know what. Yeah, I did, Nancy. Yeah, they'll alert us. Um, uh, no, we've never had to evacuate, but we have been on like a standby, like be ready to go, which is can be almost as bad because you have everything, you know, pretty much ready to go, right? And normally they put up notices down at the post office or the grocery store, you know, to keep everybody updated on what's going on. So, and I was down at the grocery store and I didn't see anything new, so I don't know. I don't know what is going on. So, but like I said earlier, they have areas over here where they can fill up their buckets for water. So that could be what it is, what's going on. I'm going to cut this out. Usually my asthma isn't that bad. In fact, I went quite a few years without having to use an inhaler. But with these fires, it's just gotten worse. And there's really no place I can go that's going to be better. The best thing to do is keep all the windows, doors closed. And then I have air filters. I have a couple of them and I keep those going. And that usually helps. I have a couple of different inhalers now. One is, and basically because of the fires, but one is like a 24-hour thing. You're only supposed to use it once a day. And then this thing is just supposed to be for like emergency use, which I kind of felt like I was starting to get into having a problem. Maybe what I need to do is make myself a little holder for this, you know, so I can just carry it around. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, now, do I want to mix up any more glue? So I'm just been sitting here yakking away and cutting more flowers out. And what I'm Some of these are like falling over the edge, but when it all dries up, I'm just going to go along and cut anything off that's hanging over. I think that's looking pretty good. Very colorful, right? I better clean this brush out, or it's going to be so stiff I'll never be able to use it again. I need to go run it under the faucet. Well, you guys, it's 4 o'clock. I probably had you on here long enough. And I don't think I'm like done with this yet. But I'm done for now. So I think what I'm going to do is let this layer dry. And see how that works. Then I got to clean this brush out for sure. See how it looks? I'm just going to leave that here to dry. But I like that idea of doing some buttons and maybe some other texture type things. So I'll have to give it some thought. Go through my button. Like I have some little bees that are buttons and some flowers and stuff like that. That might like be kind of cute. Oh, really? Geraldine, interesting. Harlot the Spy notebooks. I never heard it called that. Harlot the Spy. Oh, it was a movie. Okay. Must have been a kid's movie, maybe. Harlot the Spy. Oh, because she would write notes in her little notebook. She was the spy. I might have heard of that. Lovely buttons would be a nice touch. Yeah. There's a lady, her name is Lisa, that I watch that does a lot of box openings. And she likes to do journals, stuff like this. She gets a lot of supply. I'm going to have to go through and watch some of her videos and see where she gets her supplies, because I would like to get some stickers and stuff like that. Things for journaling, I think would be cool. Not that I need another craft to get into. Oh my God. But, and then also Teresa Kogut. One year, a couple of years ago, for Christmas, she did an Advent calendar thing where she got a whole bunch of different kinds of stickers and stuff like that. That was really cool. I'm going to have to go see if I can find that. Okay, Geraldine says yes to my. Okay, that's what I thought. So I think I have heard of that. Tim Holtz has great paper craft accents. Okay, Tim Holtz. Let me write that down. Great. Thank you, Joe. I'll have to look that up. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to come on at 1 o'clock. That seems to be working a little bit better for me. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to come on at 1. And we will work on the friendship quilt blocks. Okay, Joe. She said, I use his stuff for my journals and traveler notebooks. I did a traveler notebook one time where I picked wildflowers all everywhere I went. Pressed them in this notebook. I got Bill and I a jigsaw advent, but a few pieces together every day. Oh, wow. That sounds like fun. Brennan and I love to do puzzles. If I could get him to clean off the kitchen table, we might be able to do a puzzle. He does all his craft stuff at the kitchen table, so. Yeah, puzzles are a lot of fun. I saw a thing the other day, and I didn't even know they did this, but they have like puzzle competition, and there was like somebody who put, or a team that put a puzzle together. It was 500 pieces in like 32 minutes. It, I mean, that's crazy. 500 pieces in like 30 something minutes. I didn't even know they had those kind of competitions. Have you ever seen that, Brenda? That is crazy. I would never do that. I know, right, Susan? Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, it sounds amazing. No, it sounds amazing. Yeah, I do not know how they put that puzzle together, and it wasn't an easy puzzle either. So, okie doke. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye for now.